So when it comes to the hard conversations when I'm dating somebody, typically what I do is I do like a check-in. And so we were chatting and I said, so I just wanted to check in and see, how are you feeling? What's going on? How are you feeling about us? It's been a month now. And he was like, I'm feeling really good. How about you? And I said, man, I gotta be honest. I said, I'm not used to the speed at which we're kind of moving through. And he said, really, what's going on? And I said, I'm not trying to knock you down. I always like to lead with something positive. You don't want someone to feel like they don't do anything right. There's nothing worse than when someone's really trying and you're always nagging and harping. So I started by saying, I know you're really trying and I've been really enjoying getting to know you, but I need to be honest and express that the speed at which we're moving is a little uncomfortable for me. I'm not used to it. It's a lot slower than I think I'm used to. And he said, okay, that's valid.
Mama say that happiness is from magic rays of sunshine that come down when you're feeling blue.
This goes hand in hand with the usual, "Where's this going?" line that women want. Now, what I'm about to say is not directed to the queen in this video, but in the general direction of relationship pacing that women see as slow. Being honest, it's hardwired into female nature to want reassurance for security. You can't fight thousands of years of evolution. Even with that, ladies, you have to understand, anything that's rushed doesn't always end up as the best finished product. Not to mention, a month is a very short period of time for such an important decision. Fam, that's like giving Gordon Ramsay only 10 minutes to cook up a 5-course meal. It's going to be utter rubbish.
And I said, listen, I get that maybe you're not a big texter. I said, but I am used to somebody that's a bit more communicative in the text regard. And that's when he said, I totally understand. He was like, I stare at screens for 9 hours of my job. The last thing I want to do is stare at my screen now texting somebody further. But I hear you and I understand what you're saying. And I said, cool. I hope that we can find a happy medium. I'm not asking to talk morning and night, but I also don't want just one text randomly throughout the day because that's not holding the connection. And I also made it clear, I'm enjoying the connection that we're building. I'm enjoying getting to know you. But if you want to continue this, these are the things I need to feel connected to the person that I'm dating and getting to know. There is no accusatory verbiage. There's nothing that I'm attacking. It's just merely, hey, this is what I need. Are you able to do that? Again, the contract renegotiation. If it's a yes, great, let's have a conversation of it. If somebody says, no, straight up, I'm not going to do it, that's just when you go, okay, cool. I need to figure out if this is a relationship that's going to work for me.
I covered something like this in a previous video. Ladies, the problem with your feelings of texting is just that, your feelings. A set of women will say 8 texts a day is perfect. Another set of women will say it's clingy. It's not up to the guy to figure out what number of texts throughout the day is the optimal number. Not to mention, the idea that the number of texts somehow has an effect of how fast or slow the relationship is going, again, comes down to a woman's feelings. Think about it this way. If a guy sends 20 texts a day, women will not say he's moving too quickly. They will say he's got issues. Fam, that's like saying depending on how many minutes a guy runs late to pick up a girl, directly measures how much love she will have for him. Moving on.
This is my second biggest red flag when dating. And men, I'm not targeting anything to you guys. I just don't date women, so I can't speak on dating women. But give me a few more years of disappointment and maybe I'll be there. A huge red flag for me is when men say, I've never felt this type of connection with you. Or I've never had this type of chemistry with anybody else. Or, oh my gosh, this is love at first sight. You're my soulmate. You mean to tell me that you're in your 30s and 40s and you've never felt this type of love for somebody before? Especially because most of these people have been married before. So you're just getting married to people you don't love? These people usually come on insanely strong and then end up being the biggest disappointments of them all. And I used to fall into this because I'd be like, oh my God, I am amazing. Like, thank you for noticing. But no, a real man will actually take his time and get to know you and then maybe tell you this after a few months or a year or something other than that. Please run if somebody comes on this strong.
God, Karen, you are so stupid.
Oh boy, I'm about to hurt some feels here. Hold my clipboard because I'm about to wild out on this one. Ladies, the reason men tell you these things is because this is exactly what you want to hear. Women say all the time, I want an honest man. And that could not be further from the truth. The queen from this video literally proved it. How, you may ask? Well, she said, a huge red flag is when men say I've never felt this type of connection with you. Then she goes on to say that's false because you have had relationships before. But the coup de grace is when she said, I used to fall for this. I'm amazing. A real man will take time to tell you this. In other words, she doesn't want a man to be honest. She just wants the timing of that line to be different because it still works. And then women say, why do men lie so much? I wonder why. Maybe because it's effective and a man who gives you unfiltered honesty will be considered misogynistic. Ladies, imagine if tomorrow all men gave women unfiltered honesty. You would be hearing a lot of female crying after men tell you you're not special, or I've had better, or yes, you look overweight in that dress. Woosah! Moving on.
3 signs a guy that you are dating is just not that into you. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shanna Chow. I'm a dating, relationship, and life coach for women. So let's go over these 3 things right now. Number 1, he is not making future plans with you, meaning you're always initiating. You're always making the plans. He's not making plans with you. For example, you're on a date and he's not like, hey, next week we should do this, or hey, we should go to the concert. When somebody's interested in you, they're going to want to make plans with you and secure future plans with you. Number 2, he does not introduce you to his friends or family, okay? Now, I'm not saying after the first date you got to meet his mom. What I'm saying is he doesn't want to bring you around the closest people to him. And number 3, he is inconsistent with his communication, hot and cold. You know, maybe he messages you all day on a Tuesday and then goes MIA for a week, okay? His words and actions do not align. Maybe he even says the token word, oh, sorry, I have been so busy. FYI, when a guy says, I am so busy, he really means he's just too busy for you. People place time and attention on what they find valuable and what they place value on. And I'm not saying you're not valuable, because yes, you are queen, but this man is not seeing the value in you. If you feel stuck within your love life, if you feel stuck within your dating life, check out DFS, Date for Success, my group coaching program and community for ambitious single women. The link is in my profile.
Are you pondering what I'm pondering?
All right, fam, let's use her own numbers. 1, he doesn't make future plans. I agree with this statement, as it definitely could mean he is not into you. It can also mean he is into you. He just doesn't want to go out that often. It can also mean that he is possibly saving money and is sacrificing frills for future plans that require more money. 2, that doesn't come quick there, fam. There has to be a certain level of relationship before a guy takes that step. And ladies, if you tell a guy after a month he needs to introduce you, don't be surprised when you get a no. You may think he is not into you or not moving fast enough, but he is thinking, pump your brakes there, fam. You haven't leveled up high enough yet. 3, this is the cherry on top. A guy who has all the time in the world to text women is considered clingy or a deadbeat. A guy who is actually too busy getting successful is considered a red flag. Tell me, ladies, if you want to be with a successful guy, how is he supposed to be successful if he has to follow your schedule of communication? Rule of thumb, ladies, if a guy can't have you when he wants because it's your body, then you can't have his time whenever you feel because it's his time. I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.